I gave him the broom and he came down and he whacked that thing so hard and we were laughing at him. He didn't think it was funny, but that was good. Oh, and wait a minute. God has given me a scripture for the past week. I have to say it. It says, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, the things that God has prepared for those who love him. And that's what's been in my heart all day.
I'll bring it to you then. I'll bring it to you.
Hi, I'm Linda, Alfred's sister, and I have a son, and his name is Alfred. I named him after his godfather. So when Alfred was about, probably about 5 or 6, he came running home and he goes, Mom, guess what? I see my fairy godfather. My brother Alfred says, yeah, godfather, yes. Fairy, no.
Oh, that's good. Fairy godfather. That's good. Anybody else have a memory? Who else has something to share?
Okay, Barry.
Okay, well, David said if I tell a story, he's going to tell one. So, I remember going down to Trinidad with my dad and going with Grandpa, and we went fishing. And I had to be like 7, 8 years old. I was a little kid. I was like knee-high to a grasshopper, and I still kind of am. Thank you, Mom. All right, well, we have made sandwiches and something that closely resembled egg salad sandwich, but I don't think it was to this day, had gotten me sick. And we had walked about a quarter mile down to the water because we had just rained. Grandpa said the fish all come up when it rains, but it's too wet to bring the truck all the way down. So we parked up, we walked all the way down. Well, I get sick, and Grandpa, being the sweetheart that he is, puts down his fishing pole, tells my dad to watch it, and picks me up and carries me a quarter mile up to the truck and puts me in the camper in the bed over the cab. And he'd come up about every half an hour to check on me. And he had to cover a couple miles during that day. But that's the kind of person Grandpa was. He was always there to carry you if you needed it. And he was always there with a good fishing story if you wanted one.
He made this. I remember Grandpa being a traveler in Chinchera, and he was teaching me how to drive, and we were in his little trading car. I didn't know how to drive, so I started hitting the gas real hard. My foot was on the clutch. Grandpa really smoothly reached over and turned the key off, and that was my son.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you guys that brought a dish. I thank you for all the efforts that you put into it to make this day special. Sorry.
It's all right. Take your time. Breathe through it. No, you hold it.
You guys are all talking about the good stories of Grandpa, but Grandpa used to freak us out. Grandpa liked to scare his grandkids. And I remember the big, the volcano that's over there, like as you're going into Walsenburg.
Water funnel.
Yes. Grandpa used to tell me that it was a giant anthill. I had passed that story to my kids, and up until 2 years ago, they really thought it was an anthill. And another time, Grandpa was on his way to the valley, and he had brought a tricycle with him, and we were all excited. And I remember me and my brother looking in the back of his truck, and I seen this tricycle and all the tires were ripped up. And then I said, Grandpa, why didn't you bring the tricycle with all the tires broke up? He says, oh, I was coming down the mountain. He said all of a sudden Bigfoot jumped in the back of my truck. He said he started ripping the tires. And this is what you get. And the look on my face, and I tell you, the next 2 times I went to those mountains, I was in the camper, under the blanket, peeking to see if I saw Bigfoot. So Grandpa always liked to scare his grandkids.
That's great.
Okay, we're going to have one more, and then we're going to take a short break for a few songs. So we're going to let Jesse say something.
Hold on, I got it.
And then we're going to do a couple songs, and then we'll come back and do some more.
Alright, my story, or our story, is back in Cleta days when we lived in Capuline. I was 5. The story is 2 people. It was Priscilla, 3, me, 5. And this one day, Priscilla was going to the restroom, and Dennis Menace, like I was, and everybody knows I was Dennis Menace back in them days, always into doing something. I got the Blue Boy toilet cleaner and poured it all over Priscilla while she was on the bathroom. And Grandpa, I thought I was just going to be the one in trouble, but Grandpa actually got mad at Priscilla too, and she was just the one sitting there. But that was our memory there. And one more real quick, I wanted to say one time jewel fishing it was me, Aunt Ruth, Uncle Paul, a few of us were out fishing. We were catching fish. That day Grandpa hadn't caught too many fish, so we felt sorry. We felt sorry for Grandpa, and